Hi first graders, I'm Miss Ball and I teach first grade at Roosevelt Elementary, and I'm here to play another math game with you today. Today's math game will be working on the strategy that says I can fluently add and subtract within 10. So the word fluently means quickly and efficiently and flexibly. It doesn't mean we have to memorize our facts to 10, though that does happen naturally as we become more efficient mathematicians, but it means that we're flexible and we can use a variety of strategies to be able to solve our facts to 10. So today's game is called Make 10, and in this game you would need a deck of cards. If you're watching on TV, you can watch to see how to play and you can play the game later. If you're watching at home on YouTube, you can pause it at any time and play along with us. So you'll need a deck of cards, and I've removed all the face cards. If you don't have a deck of cards at home, you can make one. Just write the numbers 1 through 10 on pieces of paper and then make a couple sets so that you have enough to play with today. So to get started, let's warm up. Let's practice our numbers to 10 by playing a quick game of I have, you need. So here I have 10. I'm going to break some off. Now I have 5. How many do you need to get to 10? Go ahead and shout the answer out or tell somebody nearby. Good, 5 and 5 makes 10. All right, now I have 8. How many do I need? 2. Now I have 1. How many do I need? 9. Now I have 4. How many do I need? 6. So this is a game you can play at home. You can play with using pennies or pieces of cereal or anything that you could use and cover up part of them and ask how many you would need to get to 10. So 10 is a friendly number, which is why we practice this so often. Knowing a 10 helps us be efficient adding numbers that are above 10. So for example, if I want to be able to solve 8 plus 6, I know if I give 2 from the 6 to the 8, that makes a 10 because I know my 10 facts. So then I have 10 plus 4, and that's a friendly number. I know 10 plus 4 is 14. So that's why we practice our 10 so often. What numbers go together to make a 10? And it's fun to be able to play games, to be able to practice these strategies. So my friend Tundra is here today, and Tundra is going to help me teach you how to play Make 10. I'm going to lower this down so you can see in front of me. So with my deck of cards, I will flip over, and I want to try to see if I can make 10. If I get a 10, I can take it right away. If I don't, I can ask the question, how many do I need to get to 10? So I have 9. I need 1 more to get to 10. And you can always use your tools to help you with that. So you can lay out 10 pennies and help you be able to see which combinations you need to go to make a 10. So I have 1, or I need 1 to make 10. So it's Tundra's turn. Tundra's hoping to get that 1. Oh, Tundra got a 6. 9 and 6 does not make 10. So we can't take any cards. My turn. I got a 10. So I can just take this 10. 10 and 0 makes 10. So this goes in my pile. Tundra flips and gets a 3. Tundra, do you see any combinations that make 10? Tundra knows 6 and 3 only makes 9. So Tundra cannot make a 10 yet. Let's see. I got a 1. I know 1 and 9 makes 10, so I'm going to take these 2 cards and put them in my pile. Tundra flipped over a 2. Tundra, are there any ways to make 10? Not yet. Let's see, my turn. I have 4. I know 6 and 4 make 10, so I'm going to take these 2. All right, Tundra's turn. 5. Oh my goodness, Tundra sees that there's a way to make a 10. Tundra knows 3 plus 2 makes 5, and 5 more makes 10. So all 3 of these cards go together to make 10. You can take more than just 2 cards if you can find a way to make a 10 using 3 cards. Remember, the goal of the game is to get as many cards as you can, so that's a great strategy. So we would continue to play until we are all out of cards in our deck, and then we would count up our piles to see who has the most cards and who wins. So the goal of this game is to become quick and efficient with our numbers that make 10. When you're playing this with a partner or grown-ups, if you're playing this with your child, you can ask the question, which card do you want to get, to have people be thinking about which card comes next or what they're hoping to get to make that 10. And another thing you can do to change up the game is to play how many to get to 20. So you can practice getting to that next decade after 10 to try to change the game up a little bit. And you can even add in more number cards if you want to add in like 11, 13, and 14. You can use those numbers as well. So thanks for playing and watching today, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.
Hey first grade, this is Mrs. Yuhara, ready to do a little more math. Now today we're going to be working on something that sometimes can cause a little bit of anxiety and a little bit of worry, and they're actually really fun to do, but we just have to remember that we are going to have to do some big brain stretching. So today we're going to be working on a word problem. Now, before you get upset and turn off the TV, don't do it. Just don't. Because I'm going to help you. We are here together to work this out. Now, I'm going to show you one way to help you get through a word problem, and you might have something completely different that works for you. And some of these parts might work for you, and some of them might not. This is just one of those strategies that when the word problem seems a little tricky, or maybe you're not kind of feeling like, I really don't want to do this, but I have to anyway, here's just a place to start. So let's start though by getting our body ready and our mind ready to do this math problem. And we are going to do some breathing. This is my favorite breathing tool. And when I open it up, I can take a deep breath in. And when I blow out, the ball gets smaller. Isn't that cool? So here we go. Let's do one more so we're really ready to tackle this math problem. Okay, let's do this. All right, now you might have noticed that I have my problem up here and then 4 squares. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you is that we are working on using addition and subtraction in a word problem that's within 20. So that's kind of our first thing to think about. That just something that's kind of what our target is today. Is that's what we're focusing on in our lesson. You can't really see it, but so that's number one. When I see a word problem like this, immediately what I think about are 4 questions that I'm going to prepare myself to answer. Because I know that this word problem has a bunch of clues in it. It has a bunch of facts. And then there's a part of this that I'm going to have to figure out. So I'm going to read the word problem. And then the first thing that I am going to try to figure out is, what do I know from this word problem? What facts does this story tell me? So let's listen to the math story and see if you can come up with some things that the problem tells you. Now, you might know the answer right away. Just pretend. Let's just see how this strategy works. So, okay. Andy has 9 rocks. Sometimes I'm going to tell you, I like to close my eyes and kind of think about what's happening in the problem, because sometimes when I can see it happening, like that little movie in my head, it helps me understand what's happening in the math story. So then I kind of know what I'm trying to do here. So Andy has 9 rocks. Ooh, a rock collector. He would like to have 13 rocks. So that's his goal. Okay. He has 9. He wants 13. How many more rocks does Andy need? Okay, so he has 9 rocks. He would like to have 13. How many more rocks does Andy need? So if I think about right away the facts that this problem is telling me, what are the facts in this problem? What do I know for sure? Well, I know for sure. I know the character's name is Andy, but is that going to help me solve the math problem? Probably not. Okay, so I don't really need to know that, but it's just nice to know. Andy has 9 rocks. I know he has 9 rocks. Okay, has 9 rocks. I'm going to write that. I'm just going to jot it down. I'm not even using a complete sentence all the times in this because this is just helping me keep track of my thinking so that I can solve this problem and stay calm. So he has 9 rocks. Okay, I know that. What else does it say? So he has 9 rocks. He would like to have 13 rocks. Ooh, he wants 13. Does he have 13? No. He has 9. I'm going to put wants 13 rocks. Okay, so he has 9. He wants 13. Does he want more rocks or less rocks? Yeah, he wants more rocks because 13 is greater than 9. So he wants more rocks. He would like to have 13 rocks, and he has 9. So I know that this is something where he started with a small number and he's ending with a bigger number. Okay, so that's the things I know. Is there anything else to know? I'm going to underline that. He wants 13 rocks. How many more rocks does Andy need? Do I have any more facts? I don't think so. I think these are the only facts. Now, let's move on to the next question that I have, because I do have another question. My next question is like, fine, Mrs. Yuhara, these are my facts. These are the things that this story is telling me to help me solve this problem. But what is the problem? What am I trying to figure out? And guess what? That's the next question. What am I trying to figure out here? All right, let's go back to the problem. Notice how I'm reading it and rereading it. I sometimes have to reread it a lot just to make sure that I have all the information and that I'm able to understand exactly what I'm trying to get at from where I need to go. So Andy has 9 rocks. He would like to have 13 rocks. How many more rocks does Andy need? So what am I trying to figure out? I'm trying to figure out how many more rocks Andy needs. Okay. Now, from here, so here's what I know. I know he has 9, he wants 13, and I'm trying to figure out how many more he needs to get to 13. I'm trying to find that difference. So this next one is, now I go, okay, I've got my facts. I know what I'm trying to figure out. I got to figure out a strategy that will work to come up with the answer. Now, I always try to encourage 2 strategies, and here's why. You're going to come up with an answer. You're going to pick strategy, and you're going to come up with an answer. But how do you check it? How do you know for sure that that's the right answer? So we come up with another strategy to see if, well, if I use this strategy, here's the answer. If I use this strategy, here's the answer. So, let's see. What strategy could I use? Well, I know how to use a number line, and I like number lines. So I could use a number line, and I think I might make a note. Let's see, if I were to use an empty number line, how would I do that? Well, I know that we're starting with 9 rocks. Okay, so I'm going to start with 9, and I know that I'm trying to get to 13. So how many jumps from 9 to 13? I need to figure out how many jumps. I have a feeling once I know that, I will have an answer. Now, looking at it this way, I have another strategy that I'm working on already. But first, let's do this one. Well, actually, I'm going to switch my other one because I think my other one might be even more efficient. I'm thinking if I'm at 9 and I'm trying to get to 13, I mean, if I were only at 10, what if I was at 10 and I was trying to get to 13? What would I need to get to 13 if I had 10 rocks? If Andy had 10 rocks, how many more rocks would he need to get to 13? Yeah, he would just need 3 because I know my 10 plus facts. 10 plus 3 is 13. But he has one less than that. He has 9 rocks and he wants to get to 13. So if he only has 9 rocks, how many more would he need? That's right. He would need 4. One more there. So 10 plus 3 is the same as 13, which is the same as 9 plus 4, the same as 13. I could write that like this, just as a side note. Is the same as 9 plus 4. They both equal 13. So let's see. That's one way. Let's double check that on our number line and just see. Okay, so if I have 9, one jump gets me to 10. And I know 10 plus 3, I'm just going to do it. Gets me to 13. How many altogether up here? Yep, that's 4. So my two strategies match up. They work. So now I think I've got my answer. So I get to fill in and finish this up. It says, what is the answer? Write an answer sentence. It's always important that we not just write 4 up here. We need to put it in a sentence to kind of restate what we were looking for. So I'm going to write, Andy needs 4 more rocks to make 13. There it is. There's our answer. I even circled it. So the answer is 4. So again, this is one way to help us break down some of those problems that sometimes can make us a little worried. So just breaking it down, asking a few questions, answering it question by question, you can come up with an answer. Nice job. Thanks for playing with me today, and I'll see you next time doing some math.